Our countries are stronger and the world will be safer as we stand together. And I know this is a belief we all three share. And I want to thank you both for your political courage that brought you here. And I'm looking forward to us having a great meeting, but continuing these meetings.
The fact that we, the three leaders, have got together in this way, I believe, means that we are indeed making a new history as of today.
A stronger coordination between Korea, the U.S., and Japan requires more robust institutional foundations. Moreover, challenges that threaten regional security must be addressed by us building up stronger commitment to working together. Today will be remembered as a historic day where we established a firm institutional basis and commitments to the trilateral partnership.
Well, Edward Howell is a politics lecturer at Oxford University. He joins us now live. What are you expecting from this meeting taking place at Camp David right now? Is it going to be a historic milestone in international diplomacy?
Thank you. Well, the meeting clearly marks a natural culmination of bilateral meetings between Kishida and Yoon, as well as between Yoon Suk-yeol, Kishida and Biden over the last year. This isn't the end. This is only the very beginning, and the road ahead for the three states is not free of bumps ahead and challenges, particularly given the challenges that lie in the bilateral relations, and also given future issues with respect to the next US presidential election.
Absolutely. I mean, that's such a big issue looming. What happens if the US leader changes? Where would that leave this meeting taking place in Camp David right now, although we don't know the results, of course?
Yes, I mean, we always knew, from the Trump administration that Trump viewed his East Asian allies as a financial burden. And at the same time, the then South Korean President Moon Jae-in was instrumental in fostering dialogue between Washington and Pyongyang. Much of what lies ahead also relies on what China does and also North Korea's behavior. And we know for sure that North Korea has refused to engage in any negotiations recently, and they've made that very clear.
How do you think China will react, and are their concerns justified?
As has been expected, it's likely we are going to see statements from the foreign ministry, from the Chinese foreign ministry, decrying this. We've seen this in the past with respect to AUKUS and also with respect to Quad, the quadrilateral dialogue. I think what China needs to recognize at the moment is the fact that its own aggressive behavior cannot be tolerated, and that these countries and the US-led international order will not sit idly by. We must also remember that this meeting is also fundamentally for the US to reassure South Korea and Japan as well, to keep all of the three countries, the US's allies, the two allies, on side.
And where does all of this then leave US and China relations? Because we had last week, of course, a visit by a Taiwanese representative to the US.
Yes, I think ultimately the broader picture of tensions between Beijing and Washington remains. And that is not a simple issue to resolve. The tensions are both political, economic as well. We've also got questions at the moment of China's own declining economy. I think what this meeting, this trilateral, really does emphasize is actually the urgency, both short term, but also, as we've seen, longer term, to plan for any contingencies that might happen in East Asia if actors like North Korea and China engage in continued aggressive behavior.
All right, Edward Howell speaking to us from Oxford University. Thank you very much indeed.